So imagine taking your everyday foods and completely removing them from your everyday diet. That's pretty much what I had to do. I had to take the breads and everything I ate, my sandwiches, and completely remove them because 5 years ago I found out that I was gluten intolerant, which means that I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with it, but it's becoming a lot more popular nowadays compared to it was 5 years ago when I would go places and be like, oh yeah, I can't eat gluten. And people would be like, what is that? Well, gluten, it is wheat, flour, rye, and yeast, pretty much anything, pretty much everything. Every bread, it's in pizza, it's pretty much in everything, unless you were to substitute it, which is what you have to do, and get rice flour or these really random flours that sometimes can taste really bad. So I had to learn how to live with this, and a few ways I had to learn was through just grocery shopping, because 5 years ago I would go into the grocery store and have to check every single label that was there because I had no idea what to look for. I was just like, okay, if it says wheat, I'm okay, like I can't eat it. So I would go in and I would look for that. And this is just a cool little chart that I found on the internet, and it says Yum and Run. So you can just see like a few things that I can go in and just pick up, like fish, but I hate fish, so I don't want to get that. But I can just go and get like potatoes. I can just get potatoes or cheese, you know, something simple. But I soon learned how to actually cook foods. But a lot of things that you would expect to eat, especially as a college student, like ramen noodles, I can't eat that because it's full of wheat. So when I would go grocery shopping, I would specifically look for whole grain wheat flour or wheat, anything that said wheat, and especially when sometimes they don't give you this contained wheat ingredients, so you can't just go ahead and look at the bottom, so you have to read through the entire thing, and I don't have the best eyes, so looking at those tiny little ingredient labels were kind of difficult, but those were a few things I had to look for, and nowadays, with how popular it's been getting, you see these little GF symbols, which mean gluten-free. And to be certified as gluten-free, it has to have less than 10 ppm, which means pretty much like there can't be any contact really with anything around the wheat, because a lot of places say is produced or manufactured in the same place that there was a wheat ingredient, so you have to be really careful with that. But these do certify that they are not in touch with it. Eating out is really difficult because there is that possibility that, like if I were to go get a gluten-free pizza, like Domino's now has that, but they don't clean any of their counters, so they put my pizza dough and whatnot onto their pizza dough flour, so then there's that possibility that I am getting that wheat in there. So back when I first found out that I was gluten-free, I would go just to regular restaurants and I would be like, hey, do you guys have like a gluten-free menu, to make it a lot simpler for me, instead of being like, oh, I want this, does it have wheat in it? Oh, I don't know, let me go check. And that's what they would do every time, because most places didn't have a gluten-free menu at the time. So they would, a lot of waitresses or waiters would be really confused and thrown off by the word gluten. They were just like, what is that? And I was like, oh, it's wheat or flour. So then they'd have to go back and get the cook, and most of the times the cook would come out and like talk to me. So it's really difficult. But now, like you can see, like Jason's Deli has an entire gluten-free menu, and I've been there a few times just because it's really convenient that I can eat sandwiches, because most of the time I can't eat sandwiches, I just eat salads. So when I go there and I order gluten-free, they'll ask me, are you allergic? And I'm like, yes. And they'll just like, kind of like a chain reaction. They're like, all right, gluten-free, and they like send it down and they clean everything, put on new gloves, and it's really awesome to see, just to know like that it is in the process of getting better and more known. But restaurants aren't required to have a gluten-free label or a gluten-free separate menu so that it's still in the process, you know. Home cooking, though, I've found to be the best, and that's actually the book I brought. And my grandma actually gave me this, and there's a lot of really neat things in here. Like, it's regular cooking, like there's chili. Oh, that's a real weird one that I just turned to. It's chocolate espresso chili. But a lot of the things in here, all they do is they change like what would normally be wheat or flour to rice flour. So it's just kind of neat being able to see it and broken down and stuff. The little P there, most of you guys might recognize that, is Pinterest. I use that a ton because there's just so many different, I guess, foods and just meals that I've never heard of or never even thought of making. So I'll just go on there. But kind of coming from like a few years ago where no one knew about it and it was just a salad type of diet for me, I realized that it doesn't have to be bland and boring. Like a gluten-free diet doesn't have to be just salads. It can be eventful, I guess, and exciting to make. So I just wanted to share that with you all because as it's becoming more popular, and if you want to become a waitress or a waiter someday, you'll know what gluten-free is, and it's not just something that you have to be allergic to be on a gluten-free diet. You can just try it whenever you want.